Good morning, students. Now today we are going to discuss about unit number 7. In unit number 7, we are going to discuss about properties of bulk matter. In the properties of bulk matter, first chapter is that mechanical properties of solids. Mechanical properties of solids. And module number first. So first of all, we will discuss about what do you mean by matter. Matter. Matter means everything in this universe exists as a matter. For example, solids, liquids, and gas. And fourth state, as you know in higher classes, that is plasma, and fifth state, that is Bose-Einstein condensation. Now, everything in this universe exists as a matter. First is that is solids. Second, that is liquids. And third, that is gases. Fourth and fifth state we will discuss in higher classes. Fourth state, that is plasma, and fifth state, that is Bose-Einstein condensation. Now we will proceed. What is solids? The substance which have definite shape, the substances which having definite shape, size, and volume, that is called solids. For example, table, chair, all these are solids. Now, what are the properties of solids? First property, that is inertia. Second property, that is elasticity. Inertia we will already discussed in the previous chapter. Inertia means it is the inability of solid body, by virtue of its body doesn't change itself. Body does not change its position by itself without any external force. That property is called inertia. Inertia is due to mass of the body. Second one is elasticity. Elasticity means if a solid body is deformed, then restoring force comes into play, which restore the shape of the body, that is elasticity. Elastic means a body is said to be elastic body if it does not deform, or it deformed by application of deforming force, and after removing deforming force the body regain its original configuration after removal of deforming force, that is called elasticity. There are two types of solids. First one is crystalline solid, second one is amorphous solid. Types of solids. Types of solids. First one is crystalline. Crystalline solids. Second one is amorphous solid. Crystalline solids are those solids which having definite boundaries, or atoms are arranged in regular geometrical periodic pattern. Such atoms are called isotropic. Such atoms are called isotropic. And in case of amorphous solid, the atoms does not arrange in definite regular geometrical pattern, and such type of solids are anisotropic. Next one is liquids. We will discuss about the liquid in coming chapter, and gases also in coming chapter. Now we will discuss briefly in solids. solids. There are two properties of the solid. First one is inertia. Second one is elasticity. Inertia. It is inability. It is inability of solid body by virtue of which, by virtue of which body does not change. Body does not change its position. Its position called inertia. It is due to mass of the body. It is due to mass of the body. Second one is elasticity. Elasticity. Elasticity means when a body deforms, it regains its original configuration after a mole of deforming force. That is called elasticity. If a body regain its original configuration after removal of deforming force. There are two types of perfectly elastic body. Perfectly elastic body. Second one is perfectly elastic body. Perfectly elastic bodies are those bodies which regain its original configuration after removal of deforming force. That is called perfectly elastic body. For example, rubber ball, football. The body does not regain its original configuration after removal of deforming force. That is called perfectly elastic body. For example, plastic body. For example, mud, butter, candle. All these are perfectly elastic body. Now next one is, what is deforming force? What is deforming force? Deforming force. Let us consider solid body. Let us consider a solid body. F be the force applied on this body, then this body get deformed in the shape. Means particles of this body are compact at this point. If deforming force is removed, deforming force, deforming force. If deforming force are removed, then restoring force comes into play. Restoring force. The restoring force restore the shape of the body. Restore the shape of the body. Now, deforming force means a force which deform the shape of the body. shape of the body called deforming. The force which deform the shape of the body, that is called deforming force. Next one is restoring force. The force which restore the shape of the body. Called restoring force. Called restoring force. Now, this restoring force can be resolved in two rectangular components. Restoring force can be resolved in two rectangular components. One component that is normal component, and another component that is tangential component. This is the normal component of restoring force, and this is the tangential component of restoring force. Normal component which act normally to the shape of the body, and tangential component that which act tangentially to the shape of the body, that is called tangential component of restoring force. Now, next one is, what is stress? Stress. Stress. Stress is defined as ratio restoring force per unit area of the body, that is called stress. It is defined as ratio of restoring force per unit area of the body, that is called stress. Therefore, stress that is equal to restoring force divided by my area of the body. Unit of stress, unit SI system में, unit of force that is Newton, unit of area that is meter square. So we can say that Newton per meter square. In CGS system, unit of force that is dyne, unit of area that is centimeter square. This can be written as dyne centimeter square. Dimensional formula of stress. Now, as we know, dimensions of force are M1, L1, T minus 2. Dimensions of area, that is L2. Now, this we get M1, L minus 1, T minus 2. This is stress. Thank you. Have a nice day. Please stay tuned for module number